Hey everyone, so for today's video, we are going to be talking about some of my favorite glittery items. We're going to be talking about all things sparkle. I'm super excited because New Year's Eve is right around the corner, and for me, what better way to celebrate New Year's Eve with a bit of sparkle? But really, I would wear any of these glitters all year round. I wanted to break down all of these different formulas, the different textures, the different looks, because you know, glitters are so different depending on the formulation. Are they more wet looking? Are they more textured? Do they have almost like a chrome metallic thing going on? A lot of different options, a lot of different beautiful sparkles to swatch for you guys today. So I really hope that you enjoy it. I hope it's helpful. I'll leave all these products linked down below and let's just jump right in. Okay everyone, so the first glitters that I wanted to talk about are in the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. This is still a relatively new palette to me. You can get it to stay open, but it really is a palette that I think it's just uniquely festive. Of course, I think that this palette could be beautiful all year round, but I do think that these more cool tones are so nice for this time of year. Of course, there are a lot of different options in the matte range. The mattes are very, very smooth and blend very evenly, but I think the glitters in here are what make it super special. So let me swatch a couple for you, some of the ones that I think would be particularly really pretty for a New Year's look, or I mean really just like glitters that I find to be really pretty. So the first one in this palette, and one that I absolutely adore, and I know a lot of people do too, it is this one right here, which is the shade Blissful. Now let me give you a quick swatch of Blissful, because again, I do think it's one of the best shadows in this palette. So if you are a fan of ultra glossy, wet looking glitters, this will 100% be up your alley. There you go. You can see how just like insanely smooth it looks while offering just pretty insane, gorgeous reflection. It's really going to transform any of the looks that you do into this palette into a really glossy, glittery look. The shade Lovestone is kind of a hybrid formula. I would say it's kind of between a cream eyeshadow and an eye gloss, but you can see when you take it out on the finger, it kind of melts down. They both offer that really pretty glossy effect. This one has more of a base pigment to it, whereas this, of course, is more of a balmy product to add on top of a look. You could even add this right on top of here if you really want to amp up that shine. Other really gorgeous shadows in here are this one up here, which is Cosmic Love, and as well right next to it is Empowered. That could be really gorgeous for a more smoky look, but Cosmic Love is also absolutely stunning. These glitters are absolutely incredible. I just feel like this formula is very reminiscent of the Urban Decay Moondust shadows. Of course, very similar in tones as well. We do have a little bit of a duochrome thing going on, and just more unique shades that you could expect from a brand like Urban Decay. This is really, though, one of the first palettes from Huda Beauty that I saw, and when I actually saw the looks being put together, I was absolutely sold, and my opinion really hasn't changed since I got this palette. These are some really pretty glitter metallics that I think would be excellent for a New Year's Eve look. Another glitter that I think would be so perfect for this time of year is this one from Danessa Myricks, and it is the shade Milky Way. The Colourfix line from Danessa Myricks is really great for those of you that want something that's going to last on the eyes. These are incredibly long wearing. No matter if it's the mattes or this glitter formula, it's going to last on your eyes. So Milky Way is just so stunning. I mean, when you think of New Year's Eve, do you not think of these gorgeous golden tones? And I really like that this is kind of more of a white gold rather than just a straight gold. Add something a little bit unexpected, gives it some more nuance. You can also see here that this does have, it doesn't have a true base pigment to it. It has a touch of one, and you can see that with the shift, but this is a product that I think would be really pretty to layer on top of just a very soft, maybe just like literally just one shadow, like a one and done shadow look, and then just add this right on top to add that impact. I think that this would be really great for that. Again, you don't need a primer for this. I think for those of you that want something that's going to last really long, a liquid glitter product that I do really love, and this could be one to look into. I also have talked about this on my channel before, but I am very picky with liquid glitter products. So I think that this one is a good one, and I actually have another one. So let's talk about that one now. And here we are. So we have the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Smoldering Satin. I recently talked about this in my latest Save or Splurge video. Spoiler alert, I do believe that this is a splurge worthy item because, again, a lot of liquid eyeshadows can be incredibly difficult to work with. And I mean, if you even look at the way that this applies and glides onto the skin, there are really not many liquid glitter shadows that can be this even, this reflective, last this long, and just not be a choppy product to work with. Like, even kind of blending this out with my finger, I feel like you can tell how the formula wants to work with you. It doesn't want to work against you. A lot of liquid glitter shadows just don't like to be messed with once they're applied onto the eyes, and that can make them very difficult to work with. If you are a fan of these gorgeous, like slightly taupey golden colors, this is going to be one of your new favorites. I know that it is one of my new favorites, but right away when I picked this up, I knew that this would be kind of like the perfect glitter cream shadow for a New Year's Eve look. And honestly, I was thinking about just doing like a New Year's Eve tutorial with this, but I got like slightly indecisive because I have like so many different glitters that I could potentially use. So I thought that this video I would just talk about all of them. Oh, as you guys can see, I'm wearing my new Grinch pajamas that my sister got me. They are pretty much the best. But anyway, so I also have here the Ulta Beauty Lustrous Foil eyeshadow, and this is just a pressed glitter, really pretty glitter topper, and this is the shade Rose Gold Leaf, and I think that these are really pretty. And if you do take your time and really work them and press them into the skin, you will get more of that like smooth, soft appearance rather than a more textured look. That is some insane shine right there. I feel like for any celebration, this would be a great shade, a shade that most of us would gravitate towards. And I really do appreciate that this formula has just a touch of emollients to it. So again, when you press it into the skin, it does get smoother and smoother, and then you can see that the reflection gets shinier and shinier, and I really do appreciate that about this one. So again, you can kind of pick it up with your finger and get that more flecked, textured, glittery look, or you can continue to kind of press it down with a finger or even like a flat brush and get this more smooth, more metallic effect. Super affordable. And another pretty epic glitter that I talk about all the time is Space Cowboy from the Urban Decay Moondust line. This is one of my favorite beauty products ever. Since I tried it, I knew that there was something special about it, and I'm really, really happy that more people, I feel, are starting to try it out. I just love it. I love how glossy it looks on the lids. I love that it's a glitter that is perfect for every day. It's perfect for night. And you're never going to get, like, for me personally, I've never incorporated this into an eye look and been like, oh, I wish I did something different. It always does something for me. Again, I love a really wet looking eyeshadow. I actually do have a video about all of my favorite wet looking eyeshadows, and I'll leave it linked down below for you guys, just in case you guys are also really into that. I'd like to do a part 2 to that video because I do have a few more products that I've been trying out that fit into that category. category. So leave me a comment down below if you guys are interested in that. I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory, but I just find that this is one of the absolute best glitters for a truly reflective but natural and high shine finish. So always one that I will consistently recommend. And if you can't find this one, you can also try Ritz from Colourpop. I will leave both of them linked down below, but Ritz from Colourpop is very, very similar. I am already completely covered in glitter. It's not getting any better, but I feel like we can't talk about glitter without talking about Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath has created some of the best glitters that I have used. So this is my Divine Rose palette. This is my favorite Pat McGrath palette, and this shade down here in particular is the glitter that I immediately think of when I think of like, what is the glitter that you want to use all over your eyes to give you just an insanely gorgeous, festive effect. So let me swatch this one for you. And if you're not familiar with her like glitter formula, this glitter formula is more of a baked kind of glitter formula. It's on the drier side, but that doesn't mean that it does not pack the glittery shine. I mean, you can see it right there. It is certainly not a shy glitter, but the effect of the glitter, the way like how smooth it appears, how wet it looks on the eyes, it's just so sophisticated. It's really a sophisticated glitter that I always go back to. Some of my favorite looks this year were with this palette and with this glitter. So I think that if I wanted to go with a look that I'm like, you know I'm going to really enjoy, that I know is going to look good, it's going to be with this palette. And that's also because the metallics in here are gorgeous, the mattes are beautiful, everything surrounding this very special glitter also is incredible quality. And by the way, I believe Pat McGrath is having a year-end sale. I'm not positive if the palettes are included, but I will leave it linked down below just in case they are. I always recommend waiting for a sale to purchase Pat McGrath just because it is so expensive. And I also have the Huetopian Dream palette over here as well. And there are 3 glitter shades in this palette. Now this shade, this golden glitter shade, isn't my favorite. I prefer these 2 over here because they give me more of that glossy, wet, sparkly look. So let me show you first this purple one because this purple one is just insane, you guys. It's just such a fun color. Again, it has that more baked formula. If you're gonna play with glitter, you might as well like go all out, like try something different here and there. And this purple has, you can see it has a very slight touch of blue to it. I mean, look at the way it shines on your finger. So, so pretty. And then the last one that I wanted to talk about was this gorgeous, oh my gosh, I like keep feeling so giddy even like just swatching these products out. And this is how like glitter like can really like change your mood. Like earlier today I was like a little bit bummed out. I mean, some of us definitely get bummed out around the holidays. Glitter is just making it better for me right now. But anyway, you guys, like, how do I get every color that exists in this glitter formula? Because I want it. And there are the 3 shades. You can see like there are just these nuances to all of them that make them so special. This shade is more of a pinky champagne with a touch, like a very soft touch of a green to it, which again, typically I would be like, oh, I don't know if that's a kind of glitter that I would go for, but Pat McGrath makes it so easy to experiment with different colors in a way that, because of the way that the palettes are formatted, the color selection, it's so difficult, I have found, to come up with a look that isn't really gorgeous. And that, my friends, with makeup is a very nice feeling. All right, a couple more products. I don't even know if I would necessarily call these glitters, but I still wanted to talk about them. The Foil Play Cream Eyeshadows from NYX are just really fun, and especially for like a festive New Year's Eve look, I just find that they're super easy to work with. So they have this really cool like fluffy cream texture with a touch of a grit, and you can see when you put them onto the skin. They immediately melt down and you get really great impact, beautiful color, and the colors are really fun. This is the shade Beauty Buzz. This is the shade that I typically go for when I want, you know, just like an everyday golden kind of glittery shade. And then this is the shade Woman of Steel. I feel like silver and gold is a great way to go during the holiday season. And again, I hope that you can tell when I'm putting my finger in here how it has that creamy formula, but it's still a little bit more of a glittery cream. It has a texture to it, which I think makes for a more unique look once it's actually applied onto the eyes. So there you go. They're very, very affordable, super beautiful. I just feel like more people should be talking about these. And when I found them last year, I felt like I was kind of finding a hidden gem to share with you guys. So wanted to recommend these. Now, speaking of textures, this Patrick Ta palette is so perfect if you want to play with glittery textures. It's the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. I really want to start using this again. I was using it here and there, and then it kind of just fell off my radar because I honestly, like, when I'm reaching for a palette, it's usually one of my ones from Pat McGrath, if not more recently the one from Huda Beauty. But nevertheless, this is still a gorgeous glittery palette, and I do feel like these glitters are well done. Let's start swatching some of these glitters out. Like, first of all, we have a gorgeous champagne glitter up at the top. Now, this isn't the most shiny out of all of them. There's one more that I think is shinier, but even that I just find is so soft and pretty. And sometimes, you know, glitter doesn't need to be over the top. I love when it is as well, but if you want to go for a softer glittery look, this is definitely one you could go with. Now, this is my personal favorite shade. It reminds me quite a bit of Natasha Denona Peach. It almost does have that touch of a squish and a wet formula the way that that one does, but you can see it here. It is so pretty the way it melts into the skin. And I think that whichever of these glitters is going to work best for you really is going to depend on the look that you are going for. So obviously some of these are more textured and sparkly, but these do such a good job of melting down into the skin, which I think makes for a more flattering, just a little bit of a softer glitter, especially if you find sometimes glitter can be unflattering on your eyes, or you feel like glitters can look a little bit heavy. I think that these are really beautiful. We also have this shade over here, which I don't know whether some of these are metallics or glitters. It's really up to interpretation. I would say that this one maybe is closer to a metallic, but wow, if it's not pretty. Shiny and it's pretty. So that's the next one. And then lastly, gorgeous metallic chocolatey brown right to finish it all off. So those are the glitters in the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette, all beautiful options, and certainly a more wearable glittery palette. You still have all of these gorgeous neutrals, some really pretty sequin shades as well. Another product that I absolutely love, and is also a very wet looking glitter, is the KVD Dazzle Stick. Now I actually have another one of these on the way. Really excited to share it with you guys, but this is the shade Flash Storm. And if you've never seen me swatched out before, like, just get ready. It is absolutely epic. Like, I am never not in the mood to like play around with this and swatch this out. So this glitter stick, it's a cream eyeshadow stick, but the glitters in here are so impeccably smooth that it manages to just give the eyes insane reflection. I am so surprised at how long wearing this product is, while also not being super drying looking on the eyes and also being reflective. Look at this shade as well. Like, I feel like this is one of like my favorite shades of eyeshadow that I've found this year, but it is absolutely perfect. So definitely recommend this. And lastly, we have this little duo cream and powder eye color from Tom Ford. And specifically, this is the shade Golden Peach. I also have the shade Naked Bronze, but I really do feel like rose gold is so nice for this time of year. So again, you have the cream, really just glides effortlessly onto the eyes. Really pretty shine in and of itself. But I think what takes it to the next level is this beautiful topper that I absolutely love. And then you just take the glitter topper and place it right on top. And do you see how it just brings that extra bit of wet shine to it? It's just one of those really luxurious products that I think, I mean, personally for me, I find so much joy in using it. The color is very elegant, the formula is ultra smooth, and it's a very refined glittery look. It doesn't even read necessarily as a lot of glitters on the eyes. Though this is expensive, it is a duo that I have been absolutely adoring. I hope that you guys enjoyed me talking about all of these gorgeous glittery products. I hope that you found this helpful. If anything, I hope that you guys just found it therapeutic. I'll leave all of the products linked down below for you all, but if you do have any questions about any of these specific items, just leave me a comment down below. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.